Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. So, just wanted to touch upon something really quickly, and I have a little question for everyone. First and foremost, if you think I'm ignoring you on YouTube, I'm not. For some weird reason, as of I think about a week ago, I keep not getting notifications. So I'm not getting any emails from YouTube saying I have comments. When I go to my notifications bell in the corner, it's showing me that people are liking what I'm saying, but it's not showing me what they're saying. So I have to go on my phone, use the YouTube Studio, which I use from time to time, and then search through comments on that do come up. So I'm not sure what the issue is. I don't know if it's a setting change or a problem on YouTube's end. I did contact them, and they were like, oh, make sure your settings are this way, and they are. So I don't know what the problem is. If anyone has any ideas or anything, let me know, I guess. But for some reason, I'm not getting any emails, and I'm not getting any notifications on the browser, normal desktop version of YouTube with the bell in the corner. So most of the time, I have to manually go and start looking for comments, and there's a chance I miss something or don't reply because I don't see it. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm ignoring them. I usually try to have, decent interactions with people, or even if it's like a one-word comment, I try to get back to people and talk to them a little bit. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is there any content or anything you guys are interested in seeing? My Sega CD and my Saturn are disconnected, as is my 3DO. I had to make room. I know I've mentioned this in the past, so I can't film the screen and make videos about those systems games any longer right now. Not that most people want to watch me filming my TV screen, because I think at this point we've come to a time on YouTube where everything is kind of well produced, or at least people have capture cards and stuff, and I've never been one of those people that have been into that or wanted to invest in that. So I'm not a high-end YouTuber. I'm not looking for crazy views and whatever else. Though I do have a funny story about Patreon. So, speaking of high views and things. So, yeah, is there anything you guys want to see? I thought about bringing back, about a year and a half ago, I was doing these Amazon video recommendations. I got the idea from Good Bad Flicks, I believe is the YouTube channel that I really like. I think that's the name. And he was doing Netflix recommendations. So since I didn't have Netflix at the time, I was going on Amazon, and then anything I really enjoyed or had seen previously but remembered really well, I was doing videos about what movies I liked and why. So do you guys, is anyone interested in that again? Be honest with me. If you're like, not really my bag, I don't come here to watch that, that's cool. I have started a list of things I've enjoyed on Amazon, so I was going to do a video, but if it's a majority of nays, then I probably won't bother. I know I have my certain mainstays that watch the channel, and those are pretty much, I try to branch out a bit, but I went all over the place since I've had the channel up. It's been games, movies, comic books a little bit, and just other things I'm into. Really not into comic books much, but I have talked about The Darkness. So, Patreon, I wanted to talk about this for a moment. Very funny. So I create the Patreon. Two of my good friends, Bill and Addo, thank you very much, kick in, and they're like, listen, man, we've watched your channel for years. Here, we want to give you something little. Thank you. And that's really, really kind to them, especially, my friends. That's just really nice. Nobody needs to do anything. So I was, pleasantly surprised, and I've told them numerous times now to please, whenever they want to stop, just stop. I won't be upset or anything. It's fine. So, that being said, there was two people that I don't know that kicked in, and I've written to one of them, and he's not really responding. Like, okay. And I wrote to the other one, and he gives me a weird comment, and it's like, I hope to make all these Sega CD games real one day. I don't know what he's talking about. So I'm like, yeah, well, when I was a kid, and this is true, I was so enamored by the Sega CD that I was like, oh man, if I ever become a millionaire, I'm gonna grab these full motion video games and rework them and make them new again. Little did I know that they're doing that now, Double Switch is out on the Android and iPhone. Night Trap got a re-release from Good Deal Games, you know, not Good Deal Games, excuse me, Limited Run Games, and on the PS4, and I guess downloadable on other systems like the Xbox One. So I think that's really cool that they've now, you know, made these games HD and put them out and made them a little more accessible. So that's really cool. It's kind of the idea I had when I was little, but I'm obviously not capable of doing that. So I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I just kind of answered him like, you know, I didn't know if maybe English was a second language or whatever. So I was like, yeah, man, the Sega CD's kind of made a comeback with all these re-releases and this and that, and people seem to really love it. A lot of the games have gotten expensive and blah, blah, blah. So he donates $10 a month. And I'm like, why is he giving me $10 a month to ramble on YouTube? Like, must really like hearing my voice. I don't know. A couple weeks later, or a month later, he ups the amount from 10 to 25, and I'm like, listen, man, I really appreciate it, but I think you have the wrong person. Who are you looking for? And he goes to me, well, are you the guy on Twitter that makes all these like funny Sega CD like fake covers? And I'm like, no, I just share them once in a while because I think they're funny. So there's this guy on Twitter named Sega CD Games, who I follow and he follows me, and he'll make like just absurd Sega CD covers. You know, things with like old actors on the cover, strange, like, how do I put it? Like, they're just like offbeat humor covers with like old actors or games that would like never really happen. Like Help Daddy Do His Taxes, you know, like Make My Video, Bronson Pinchot, like just weird shit that like would never happen, but they look like real covers and they're so like out there that you're like, is this real? You know, I know it's not real, but I'm sure there's people that see it and go like, don't touch the poisonous snake, like shit like that. So it's very funny. So for some reason, this guy thought I was the one making them and sharing them, when really I was just retweeting them because I thought they were very amusing. So I said, no, you have the wrong person. You know, I can't in good faith take this dude's money and he thinks I'm making this content that I'm not making on Twitter. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. But it's kind of hard on Patreon to like gauge why these people are donating. You know, I mean, obviously with Addo and Bill, I knew why, because they're my friends and they're, you know, being nice. But, so I'm like, listen, I apologize, but you have the wrong person. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, please take your donation back. I don't want to take money for something that you're not interested in. So he did. So my, like, Patreon went from whatever, like, the most amount that he was doing to, like, a very small amount. I don't mind. It's just, you know, I know people have asked in the past, and it's a tip jar, and if they want to do it, that's fine. If they don't, it's fine. So I thought it was a very funny story that this guy thought I was someone else, and had I not contacted him, he would have still thought it was me, and kept donating like $10 a month initially, but $24 a month, and it's like, holy crap. So I guess they're not doing their research, these people. They're just like, oh, I like this. Here's $10. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I look into things and see what's happening, and even like in general, like Kickstarter, for instance, I'm not going to start kicking into a game I know nothing about or whatever. Not that I really like Kickstarter, I don't. And I wouldn't kick into games any longer. I think I've had this topic with, you know, come up with on YouTube with most of you guys. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think if I've done anything new recently. Not really. Last night we watched Brain Scan. I've seen that a few times, always liked it. It's a good cheesy movie with video game elements. Beth had never seen it, my wife, and she thought it was okay. You know, she's a tough critic when it comes to movies. They have to really be, I think, different or interesting for her to like. But then sometimes something funny will happen, and it'll catch me off guard, and she'll like it, and I'll go, you like this movie? Like, you know, so that's always funny to me, when she likes something I would expect her to like. Yeah. I think that's really it. Shout out to two people. My buddy AJ for sending me a movie the other day he wanted me to see. I don't want to say his last name because I don't know if he really wants it out there, but AJ's a really nice guy. We even have a lot of movie conversations, and he's mentioned that he's went on my recommendations and watched movies I've recommended through the channel, and he's really enjoyed them. I think 2 of them was Avalon and Nirvana. We were talking about Nirvana the other day with Christopher Lambert. Really love that movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a great video game tie-in cyberpunk movie. Check that out. There's an Italian version, which is longer and uncut. Excellent. And there's an American version, which has dubs, because the movie's initially in Italian originally. Excellent. Just check either one out. Just the Italian one's a little more in-depth, kind of explained a little better. Either one, check out. And my other buddy, Adam the Tank. Adam is this big bastard who, he's not a bastard personally. He seems very nice. Though he is 1% autism, and he's sick, and he's pissed, and all these other things. But he actually followed me, I guess, on Facebook initially, or YouTube, and then we became friendly on Facebook. And really nice guy. He's like this big jacked up, damn it, this friggin' son. He's this big jacked up bastard, and we're always making stupid comments to one another. So I really enjoy his humor, because it's my humor. So yeah, big shout out to Adam the Tank and AJ, the cyberpunk fan. What else? I think that's really it, guys. Just been busy lately. You know, I have some videos queued up in the future, so you will see a video with me with a beard, without a beard, with a mustache, without a mustache. This is current. This is now. Where everything else is kind of queued up into the future, because an idea will come to me, I'll make a video, and I'll just queue it up. So, people write to me sometimes, they're like, oh, you shaved. And I'm like, no, this video's a month old. This is now. This is March 14th, 2018. And, yeah, so let me know, guys, if you have any good ideas for a topic that you want to hear. And thank you guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.